Good day, friends. I'm very happy to speak to all of you. As I was preparing for this talk, my mind went back about 50 years to a similar event. It was a farewell event after 5 years of college. And I was looking forward into my future. What will my future be like? Will I get a job? Will I like the job? What will my future be? I'm sure the same question must be running in the minds of many of you. Not just the people who are entering work life, but even people who are working now. We always wonder, what will our future be like? I had a degree in hand from a prestigious college after 5 grueling years of study, and I thought I was ready. But was the world ready for me? I had no means of knowing, I had no idea. My future, in fact, was a blank. I could barely see 6 months ahead of me. The year was 1974. The rumblings of the emergency, which was to come a year after 1975, we are celebrating 50 years of that now, was already being felt on the streets. It was pre-liberation India. There were very few companies. Even the companies who were there were not investing. Nobody was hiring. And here was this 21-year-old young man looking into the future. It was frightening. Now let me fast forward to now. If somebody had told me then that 50 years from then I'd be speaking to an audience like this, trying to share my wisdom, I would have laughed. Because I didn't know what I was going to do in the next 6 months, and here you want me to advise people on how to live their lives? Is it even possible? Now, I started thinking, and then suddenly the present gave me an idea of how I could speak with you. I had recently gone on a trip to Arunachal Pradesh. A beautiful state, lovely mountains, and we were traveling to Bomdila Pass, which is in Tawang, which is the last frontier between India and China. Evening was approaching. The road was frighteningly beautiful. Frighteningly because the visibility was just 10 meters ahead of us. The moment you take a hairpin bend, you don't know what you'll find at the end of the hairpin bend. It could be a landslide. It could be a gorge. It also could be a valley of flowers. We didn't know. After a particularly sharp turn, I was getting a bit scared. So I asked the driver, "Boss, will we reach safe?" He looked at me, smiled, and said, "Trust me, sir, and trust this car." We did reach Bomdila very safely, and we did see the beautiful India-China border. But it set me thinking, who's a good driver? A good driver is not one who knows the road well, but is one who knows his car well and is confident that he can take every turn properly. Now, is there a parallel for that in our lives? Our visibility also at any stage, not just me when I was 21 years old, even for you, visibility is very low. There's more uncertainty than certainty. That's why I've called this talk of mine as the certainty of uncertainty. But why does this happen? You're all intelligent people. Let's look a little deeper. What is the cause of this uncertainty? There are three reasons. Let me try and explain. One reason is because we are living in a complex world. And the nature of complex systems is that there are large number of interlinkages. And in all complex systems, anything that happens anywhere has cascading effects and can have first order, second order, third order changes that happen now. Early man had only to worry if his spear was sharp enough to take care of the tiger who was bouncing at him. But you and me have to worry about what the President of the United States, 10,000 miles, thinks when he gets up in the morning. This is the nature of our world today. You can't change it. That's how it is. Anything that happens can affect you. There's a wonderful book which I would recommend all of you to read. This is written by a guy about 25 years back. His name is Nassim Nicholas Taleb. He has written this beautiful book called The Black Swan. Let me explain. He defines a black swan, which is a very, very rare bird. In fact, I don't think anybody has ever seen a black swan. A black swan, please understand carefully, is an event. The likelihood of which happening is very, very low. Maybe 1 in 10 million probability of the event happening. But if that event happens, the impact would be catastrophic, positively or negatively. Let me give you a few examples. Take the COVID pandemic. Could any predictive model predict that there would be something like the COVID pandemic? No. It was a black swan event. And when it happened, it shut the world down for 2 full years. You take a tsunami. Again, another black swan event. It just happens. In 2008, there was a financial crash. A company called Lehman Brothers, which was on the top of the financial pyramid, it was considered as solid as gold, collapsed in a matter of 2 days. A tsunami event, a black swan event. Such black swan events happen every 40, 50 years. And when that happens, it throws all our lives into disarray, throws up opportunities, and poses enormous threats. So black swan events are one of the reasons for this unpredictability. There's a second reason, which is more personal. I call them little black swans. These little black swans are not world-changing events, but they are changing you. For example, I'm going for an interview for a lovely job. I fall down and break my leg. Does anybody else care? No, but I lost the job, for God's sake. Right? There is a road on which I'm going. Right? But this road suddenly has a roadblock. And I don't reach my destination. Such small black swans are swirling all around us all the time. What we want to do, it doesn't happen because of some stupid reason, but it happens. And I'm stuck. I can't go where I want to. It's uncertain. So such big black swans and the little black swans are the second reason for this uncertainty. Don't get me wrong. It's not just disasters like this. There can be positive swans also, okay? I know of a guy who lost his job in Dubai. Very disappointed. He was walking along in the beautiful, shopping malls of the Dubai airport on his way home. saying that, oh, I'm going to see this only for the last time in my life. And then he suddenly saw one booth which was selling the Dubai lottery. He looked at his purse and he just had a 500 dirham note. He said, anyway, what am I going to do with this dirham note? And he went and bought the lottery. When he reached back home, he realized that he had won $1 million of the Dubai lottery. And this is not a story which I've imagined. It's actually happened. And now this guy is very happily living in Dubai. Right? Have you heard of the milkman of India, Mr. Verghese Kurian? This guy, in the early 40s, was an engineering graduate trainee in Tesco. In those days, just after independence, they used to send these young engineers for further training to Germany. So this guy really wanted to become more qualified. He was a mechanical engineer. He wanted to do some courses in mechanical or electrical engineering to take part in the growth of India, which was in the area of engineering. But the poor fellow didn't have enough connections. So he only got a scholarship to study dairy engineering in Netherlands. Verghese Kurian, with great disappointment, went and did dairy engineering. He came back to India, created Amul and the Indian milk miracle. We are today the largest producer of milk in the world. A swan, unlikely to happen, but which changed his life. So this is the nature of uncertainty. We are living in an uncertain world. Now the question is, I don't want to leave you with a worry or disappointment. I want to give you a possible solution. Is there a solution? How do we navigate this uncertain world we are all part of? I'll go back to my Northeast trip. What gave that driver the confidence in navigating those uncertain roads in Arunachal Pradesh? Three things really. Number one, his confidence in his vehicle, which was fit both from a physical point of view as well as the software that runs it. The second was his skill. He knew how to manage and control his vehicle. And third, his control. He knew that he could control both these, his own skill as well as the vehicle. So it's a triangle. Our lives are also similar. Imagine the triangle. I'm giving you an image of a triangle. Imagine a triangle. One end of the triangle is your vehicle. I don't think anyone has a doubt on what I mean. It's your body. Not just your body. It's your body and the software that runs the body, which is in your brain. This is one of the ends of the triangle. This has to be updated. It has to be current. The second end of the triangle is the driver. In our case, it is our mind. If the mind is clear, our vision will be longer. We'll be able to drive the vehicle well. And there's a third element, which none of you probably think about. There is something called the controller, which sits above the mind and the body. I call it my super me. This super me is supposed to be always watching both the vehicle as well as the driver to make sure that they are all fit. If this triangle is healthy, you will be able to navigate the uncertainty of this world better. In fact, Nicholas Taleb has another book called Anti-Fragile. He talks of systems, complex systems, which even when confronted with a problem, are able to spring back healthier. That's how we must be. Doesn't matter what the difficulty that comes to me, my core is so strong that I can withstand whatever comes in my way. Because I have the agility, I have the flexibility, and I have the skill to pivot as needed to meet the situation in front of me. So just like you go to a gym to strengthen your physical core, Your life must be one in which you strengthen this core of yours. And what is it? Your body. Don't spoil it with stupid habits. Very easy. Don't do that. It's your vehicle. Then coming to the mind. Make sure that your mind is clean. If the windshield of the car is dirty, you can't see. Similarly, your mind, full of prejudices, full of wrong notions, doesn't allow you to see the world clearly. And of course, the biggest problem of all, the biggest dirt in your mind is your emotions. Emotions cloud your vision. Imagine the windshield wiper of that car of mine. If it was dirty, would I be able to see? No. Imagine this driver of mine had just had a fight with somebody and had anger in his head. Do you think I would be safe? So make sure that your mind is free of debilitating emotions. Make sure that with every passing day, emotions are under your control, not you under the control of emotions. Anger, jealousy, greed, fear. These are the emotions that blind the driver of yourself. How do you do this? Go back to the apex, what I call the super me, the controller. I should be forever vigilant. Am I updated? Is the software updated? Whatever position you are in life, whatever you know till now is outdated. So continuously learn, update the software so that your vehicle is current. Make sure that you have watchful eye on your mind. And how do you ensure that this controller is actually working? Because in all these years, we have never listened to this controller. Learn to listen to it quietly once in a while. So finally, the question before us is, will our life have uncertainties? That's the wrong question. The question that you should ask yourself is, am I ready? Thank you.